recruiting madness that's heating up. We've got two big commits that could be happening this week, Friday and Saturday, correct, Davio?
Yep, Friday, Saturday, 16th, 17th.
I love that. I think Fitz is the 17th, correct? We'll talk about Fitz
Yep,
first. All
yep.
right. Safety. Right now, as you can see, 122nd ranked nationally, 14th safety in the country, 21st out of the state of Florida. Miami is leading the way right now as we speak. This one, I feel like you've said before with your people that you've talked to, is a 50-50 split here. Am I right, Dave? Give me some Fitzgerald juice, baby.
Yeah, I mean, right now he talks about it being down to Florida, Miami a little bit, and he talks about like his recruitment not being over. Even if no matter who he chooses, he's going to keep his recruitment open until I guess the end of the season, whatever. From what I've heard, like the choice to me looks like it would be Florida right now,
Okay.
but Um, I've also heard that Miami has a lot of confidence there too. So I am 50-50 limbo on this one. I'm not too sure if it's Florida or if it's Miami. But I've heard mixed things. I think maybe it might depend on where Ben Hanks goes. And maybe he makes a decision from that, and maybe he just feeds off that part. But at the end of the day, like I said, even if he does pick Miami, he's already said he's going to have his recruitment all the way until National Signing Day or early signing day or whichever day that he chooses. So it's going to be a battle. Even if he picks Florida, you're still going to have to keep him on the roster. And he wants to see how both these teams do also by the end of the season. He's also mentioned that a lot of recruits have mentioned about Florida, watching them, towards the end of the season. So I think this one, even if he was not to pick Florida, I still think the worry there should not be as worried because he is going to be watching the rest of the season. So if Florida has a good season, man, you never know. Maybe
Florida,
maybe there's a flip in the future.
we're in a weird place. Like if we don't land a guy, we can just say, well, look, it's because they're kind of waiting to see. So it's not that we didn't lose him. We're in a holding period, Florida boys. Okay. I would love for us to land this combo deal. I think it would help with some momentum. The second being Ben Hanks, legacy player here. This would be what our fourth legacy player of the year. It feels like. CJ Ingram, basketball player, just committed as well, like 6'6", I believe. Ben Hanks ranked 100, top 100 player, close enough, 102, 11th cornerback in the country. Florida is a heavy favorite. Crystal balls are flying through the roof right now for Ben Hanks, and this is on the 16th, you said, right, Dave? This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and this year has gone by so quickly. What's something you're proud of in 2024? What is something that you still want to accomplish for the remainder of the year? I know it's going by so fast, but we still have time to go after your goals and knock those bad boys out. When life goes at you fast, it's important to take a moment to celebrate your wins, but also reflect on your losses. Therapy can help you take stock of your progress and set achievable goals for the remainder of the year. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. Use the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and use the code Hightop to get 10% off your first month. What's fantastic about it is convenient, it's flexible, and it's suitable to your schedule. You take a little bit of a quiz. What that quiz is, it suits you up with a therapist that best suits you. Now, for any reason that therapist isn't kind of really the best thing for you, you can switch it, no cost at all. It's fantastic. And look, the best thing is it's all online. Hardest part about therapy is always finding time to go do it to make it happen, but there's no excuse. Right online, you both with your schedule. It's flexible. It's important to talk to somebody, especially if you're having some doubts of yourself, or again, you want to set those goals. So be sure to check out the link in the description, betterhelp.com, and of course, use the code Hightop to get 10% off. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Hightop. We'll see you.
Yeah, 16th. It'll be Friday when I ask everybody what they're drinking on. As Ben Hanks goes, I'm a little bit more confident in Ben Hanks. Obviously, the crystal balls are rolling in. Everybody else feels confident that he's going to pick Florida. He did mention that even though his dad has a connection with Florida, he's still going to choose what's best for him. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Not going to go into too much detail. I think he's picking Florida at the end of the day. So hopefully, we all have a good Friday. We can all celebrate a little bit, especially before the season, and celebrate the weekend with a nice cold one and maybe a bourbon.
Now, so what does all this mean? Ben Hanks, Fitzgerald, we're like a 60th ranked class right now. Give me some good news. You've been firing me up all day. How are you going to make this day even sweeter? Where you sit right there, Buttercup, and I'm going to tell you, okay? We land Ben Hanks, ka-check. We land Fitzgerald, ka-check. Nashawn Montgomery, 4/5-star/6-star receiver, looking pretty good for Florida too. Ka-check, okay? I think he set to commit next week. I believe it is. And Florida has led the way the entire time. They are in the front of that choo-choo train, and I'm here for it. Look, we play hypotheticals here. We pull the calculator out. This is what we do. So if you're new to the show, don't get pissed off. We count our chickens before they hatch. It may be bad luck, but it didn't stop us the first time. It ain't gonna stop us now. If all three decide to go ka-check, that fires us all the way up to a top 20 at 19th ranked class with 15 total commits. Now, why does that excite me, Shelton? Why does that excite you, Shelton? Well, because we've been talking all year long about all these players who like Florida who are waiting to see what goes down. Well, we just spent the last hour, telling you about how great Florida's going to be. So we know what's going to happen. That's inevitable. So if we could be sitting at 19th spot, you're kind of sitting in a nice little behind the radar, behind the curtain look, and we come in strong and closing strong, and all of a sudden we're looking at a top 10 class, top 5 class. That's where we want to be. So I'm happy where we'll be going into the season. Is ultimately what I'm rounding up to. I think 18, 19 is a very safe spot, and maybe we win these three guys for the next 3 weeks. Maybe another domino falls, and now we're sitting at 15 headed into the football season with a lot of big-time talent. Hilton Stubbs, right? Hilton Stubbs, 5-star cornerback that's currently committed to Miami. Obviously, Florida lean at one point. He could be looking at DJ Pickett. He's set to visit, making some moves with him. LSU, currently committed to LSU. So these guys that we've been constantly talking, constantly working, Altry, the defensive lineman from Auburn, the young man that went to committed to Ohio State from Newberry, right? These guys, 4-star guys that Florida has been heavily involved with, they show these guys some sign of life. Here we go. Okay. So look, I understand Billy's got to do his job, but I'm just you know what I'm doing here, boys. I'm selling the fucking dream. All right. So just bear with me. Let me sell it. Damn it.
Yeah. I think either way, whether you land 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, as long as you get to put a little bit of cheese on the Whopper before the season starts, I'm okay with that because at the end of the day, like I say, you have a good season. I know a lot of these recruits are saying, oh, well, we got to wait for Florida. Like a lot of recruits that did not say that are going to be watching Florida if they at least make it into a playoff. I think you can go 9-3 maybe with that schedule and get into a playoff maybe. But like, if say Florida has a good season, they make it to the playoff, whether they win it or not, that's a vast improvement from where you were. And I'm sure a lot of those recruits, going to turn a little bit of recruits' heads. They're going to want to look at Florida anyway. So I look at it this way, man. If you could pull in a couple extra guys, wait till the season starts, then we'll see what happens after that. Of course, you have a bad season, then it looks pretty bad. But I don't know. I just don't think Florida is. I don't think Florida's going to repeat 5 or 6 wins. I just don't.
You're thinking 12-0. I love it. Smash the like button, boys and girls. We just dropped under, but we had like 600 strong in here for a good minute and a half. To have that many people in here for this long is incredible. We are doing a giveaway in here in just a few moments. We're going to do, I told you it's going to be a long show, so everybody yelling at me, we're told you we're going to be in here rock and roll and having it.